Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. In the last episode, we built this Orehole ranch here. Very simple. Just gonna have ore holes in here, and they're going to eat the nori that we produce right up here, and they'll produce us some iron ore on the side. I don't know how much, but when we have the maximum of, I believe, six. Yeah, six. Nope. Whatever, 9 maybe? Math is hard. We'll be producing a decent amount of iron ore per cycle, I think. Um, Based on it'll be ore growth, and then once they uh once their happiness and reproduction. Also, this one I think needs to still be. Oh no, they just became tame. Okay. I don't know why the ore growth is zero, not changing per cycle. I'll check back on that, make sure that's actually still working. But otherwise, what I want to do today, little bit of a bigger project than in the last couple episodes, is we have a lot of tasks that are constantly in need of doing, and so I want to try to increase efficiency this episode, and that the first way I'm going to try to tackle that is by just getting more duplicates in the first place. Um, to do that, though, we're going to need to increase the amount of oxygen we produce. And I think what I also want to do is um, seal the base properly. So build in like an insulated tile exterior of the base, mine out the interior, just getting actual boundaries of the base built in. That way we can start figuring out exactly where we need to fully temperature control, have oxygen delivered to, all of that. And it'll be easier for us to like get around the rest of the map with our Atmos suits on. So I think that's what we're going to do for today. That's the plan, is to work on expanding that oxygen production, seal in the base, and where I see like very high inefficiencies of tasks. For instance, like what we did last episode where where you get all of the salt from in here and we automatically ship it up so that dupes don't have to constantly run in here and grab the salt, which I swear if they're about to do that, I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, I'm going to ban them from coming in this room. Get out. Um, so, um, stuff like that. Just trying to increase the efficiency of my dupes, and so we can actually get projects done in a reasonable amount of time. And that way we can probably start working on getting more food and stuff like that. So that's the plan. I'm going to start by... Is this working? I'm going to start by reading up on ore holes, I think. Okay, I have a theory, and I'm going to be really sad if that theory is correct. So the ore growth has still not gone up. It's still at 0%. And the way it says every 10 cycles it produces, it must be well-fed to grow shareable iron ore. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong then. Maybe it just needs to, I don't know, eat more. It says it's at 100% metabolism. My worry and fear is that it has to be in an environment where there's iron ore on the, like, in the tank somewhere. Like a tile of iron ore. You can see this one's still at 80%. I moved the other two ore holes that were on the map are right here. We've got this one at 91%, and this one's at 80%. Oh, see, this one's actually changing growth. Wait, what? And is this one? No, this one's not. It's 0% a cycle. Am I insane? Or my theory is it's like, does it need to be in like this kind of a tank where there's iron ore right here in the walls? Although they were in this tank and there's no iron ore exposed. I don't know. I'm confused, and I'll keep looking into it, I suppose. But in the background, I'm going to start working on the base now. But see, maybe if this ever fixes, or I'll try maybe moving one of those into a tank with iron ore in it and see if it increases. I'm not sure. Okay, so this one just went into here and immediately ate the tower kelp, and then its ore growth increased immediately. So this one eats all the time. Like, we're about to see it probably eat. I'm wondering, do they need to eat fresh, live alpol? And they can't just have, you can't just feed them the nori itself, even though that's given as an option? Or maybe it just hasn't eaten in like 500 cycles. I don't know. All right. Whatever. I'm truly done. I don't know if I'm sane or if there's some other thing I'm not seeing, but this guy is starving and there's the food right there. Just eat. The little one, this one right here, it just went and ate from the feeder. Just happened. Is this not how you are supposed to feed these guys? Am I insane? What do you mean you're unhappy because you didn't eat from the food that you are given in your tank? What? I don't understand. It's all one room, isn't it? Yeah, it's all stable. What? These guys, the sequine over here, they're doing fine. They can eat. You just saw it. This one just ate from its feeder. That just happened. And yet this Orehul won't go and eat from this fish feeder, even though the little one did. Watch it about it. Nope, it didn't eat from it. I'm baffled. I'm actually lost. I don't understand what's... I'm going to try moving it between tanks. Maybe it's bugged. Or I'm going to actually just reload the game. Okay, I reloaded the game, and it's still bugged. But... Oop, don't wrangle that guy. I'm looking at the navigation, and this Orehul can go to this tile, which I'm pretty sure is the tile that actually is where they eat from. This one cannot get to that tile. This larger Orehul. And I don't know why. I truly don't understand how or why that is a thing. It can't get to there. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna build the fish. I'm gonna build a fish feeder right here and see if that works. Here we go. All right. If this guy eats from this, I'm gonna lose my mind. What? What? And now watch this. Ore growth up. What? What? Why can't it pathfind to this tile? At first I thought it was like, oh, they can't swim in mucin or something, right? Nope. They can swim in mucin just fine. That's what this is right here. These guys can go everywhere except the very top tile. This guy can go almost every tile except for these ones right back here. I don't know, but we fixed this and the Orehulls didn't all just die off without me looking at it. It's a good thing I stayed and looked at it, but I've wasted so much time trying to figure out this. Hey, but I guess every 10 cycles we're going to get 250 kgs of iron ore per Orehul. Yeah, now you're eating. Fuck you. Stupid ass. Great. Alright, well, on to the actual plan for today's episode. I guess moving the other ones in here, and, we're going to fix the base. So, let's start. Alright, I put in a little bit of automation here just to make things more efficient. You can see it working right there. We have the food that is being grown for these Orehulls right here. So I put in some auto sweepers in this tank. A little inefficient. I'm going to deconstruct this one. Um, and so when nori is produced in here, it'll get picked up. It'll get put into this conveyor rail, ends up in this conveyor receptacle, and then that auto sweeper can access that and restock the fish feeder. Um, on its own. And so all that needs to happen here is duplicants just need to come along and essentially free the kelpals from the tower kelp here. Um, and then they need to obviously, ranch the oracles. So groom them and shear them, but they don't have to interact with dealing with the food at all, which is going to be much nicer. And over here, you can see that the amount of sequines in this room have filled up. And so um, the critter sensor here turned off, which means that we're going to now start milking them again for ovoline and getting the caviar. Not that we ran out at any point. We still have 312 kilograms of caviar. But we have max of those, and this room will just fill up with the extra sequines that were accumulated while we were waiting. And the Orehulls are going to do the same thing. All of their eggs have been dropping in here, and then when they hatch, then they'll be automatically moved over into this room. So things are working, the ranches are working, and then Orehulls will self-sustain back towards these kelp holes. I know obviously some of these are missing the polluted dirt that they actually need. Um, these guys produce polluted mud, which comes over here, gets dumped in here. It all is a cycle, and so these guys are basically an infinite source of iron ore for us. I don't know the numbers for if it is a self-sustaining. Like these guys eat 20 kgs of nori a cycle. They produce 50 kgs of mud, then that goes into here, and that might produce enough power kelp. I'm not sure. I could definitely find out, but I'm lazy and we're not going to. So finally, done with ranching, done with this little section for right now. Onto the base. All right, so we're just going from where we already have some insulated tile. We're going up and just around this way, um, past. I'm trying to keep the tidal turbines outside of the base, preferably, just because I think, dealing with the liquid and all that inside the base is just going to be, we don't need to deal with it. So I'm going to try to keep them outside the base and just have some heavy watt joint plates all over the place. The slight temperature leakage through these heavy watt joint plates, I'm not very concerned about. And also, as a note, obviously, once I finish up building this insulated tile, I will be putting in some kind of an active cooling system for the entire base. Just because everything likes it a little bit hot, I don't think beacons care. No. The plants though, like flue coral, they like it 25 to 40. Clampums also 25 to 45. Yeah, 25 to 45. Um, so we're gonna keep it probably around like 30, maybe. We'll see. Which is preferable, but up here it's all the way up to 40 already. So we definitely need to be cool in this region. And then obviously the temperature output from our electrolyzers is well over the temperature limit of the dupes. This is non-Atmosu territory, so we have to be more careful. But yeah, just continuing building the insulated wall around our base. Looks like most of this is kind of being finished already. So, just a small update. All right, so I finished building all the way around up here and then across the top through this tidal turbine. Now, the difficult part is figuring out the left-hand side of the base because there is a bunch of junk over here. Cables all over the place. There's liquids draining randomly down the side of some stuff. None of these end at the same spot. There's no defined good spot to put everything. There's a random large power transformer in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah, I need to figure out where I want to build the border of the base, essentially. It looks like I might start from down here rather than up top, um, and figure out some way that I wanna build this insulated tile. Um, and I also need to decide if I want any of these tidal turbines or which ones I want inside the base. Really, it looks like I could build, like, a wall right here and just maybe move this large power transformer over, like, one tile and just go straight up here and straight across. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I never tapped this tidal spring. Oh my god. Alright, well, that'll also get hooked up while we're doing all this. So, I think that's what my plan is. Right along here, we build the wall. So, let's start down towards this part of the base, I suppose. Alright. Alright, I have fully sealed the base all the way around. There's insulated tile, and the only way in or out is now down through here, these Atmos suits. Um, so the plan now is to dig out and clean up the rest of the base. There's a lot of random loose liquids in places that need to be cleaned up. They need to be dumped out of the base or into liquid tanks, like this one. Oh, this is polluted water up here. But all that jazz. Some of these geysers need to be aimed and dealt with. Like this. This is a natural gas geyser. This is also a natural gas geyser. Might as well, right? Um, and all this polluted oxygen definitely needs to be cleaned up, and just miscellaneous little things inside the base, and then we can start worrying about outside the base in some respects. We don't need to clean up the outside of the base, mind you. Little bits of water like this, not really a problem, not something we need to care about as much, except for if we need like a clean area, which we do need a clean area, like for instance these pin pockets, then we'll make one kind of like a sealed tank. So, oh, this ore hole. And this one needs to be picked up. Did I not set them in here? Yeah. Those can be picked up, and we'll have this will get restocked with more fish. I think one died, maybe. Yeah, one. Oh no, this one's about to. All right. Um. So onto cleaning up. All right, we're back to the ore holes. I realize that wait, can't even relocate in here? Okay, no, I can't do that. This fish release is apparently output blocked. Um, so if you look at like the navigation, what in the world? Uh, okay. Well, what I'm gonna do though is just move it to right here. I'm guessing it's because of the aquatic grooming station. That's why it's blocked. I don't know. Shearing station maybe is what's blocking this fish feeder, maybe? Hmm. Um, okay, you relocate into here. And same with Kind Child. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay, build that. Alright, now let's hope that this fish release actually works. Um, looks like it is. So, we'll automatically... Oh, is there another one over here that I didn't even notice? Yep. Ow. Man, these guys have been annoying. I don't know. Okay, good. Dumping them in here now. Yeah. So I think with that, I'm actually going to end this episode here. We have fully sealed the base, and I think next episode we can start tearing out most of this interior space, and we can um, clean up the base, put in better oxygen making, and start increasing the number of dupes that we have. So, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.